My name is Tatsuo Kawashima. I had a childhood female friend, Iroha Morozono, and her sister Kana. Iroha was just as mischievous as me, who was called the troublemaker. But one day I heard that Iroha and Kana would be moving away. It was apparently due to their father's work. The day before they moved, the three of us rode on a swing and had our own private farewell party. You're moving tomorrow, huh?
We'll definitely meet again, right?
Of course we will. We're friends forever. Let's play together again.
It's an absolute promise.
We were going to be apart, but we believed our friendship would last forever. On a warm spring day, as new students lined up in the schoolyard, I was nervously dressed in my new uniform. Today was the high school entrance ceremony. While the principal's long speech continued, I happened to glance to my right and caught sight of a familiar face. Iroha? After the entrance ceremony, as we moved to the classroom, I hurriedly approached Iroha. Iroha!
Tatsu, it's been a while.
It really has been a long time. When did you come back? I never thought we'd be at the same high school.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Iroha smiled, but there was something shadowy about her expression. 1 week after enrollment, I hadn't seen Iroha around the school.
That girl, Iroha Morizono, hasn't attended since entrance ceremony. What's that about? Why did she even enroll? Apparently, she was a school refuser in middle school too.
Iroha, a school refuser? I decided to visit Iroha using the new address I knew from my yearly New Year's card exchanges. A girl's house? Even though she's my childhood friend, I'm kind of nervous.
Yes? Who is it?
It's been a while. I'm Tatsuo Kawashima, Iroha's childhood friend. I came to visit her.
Oh, my Tatsu-kun, you've grown so big. You've already taller than Auntie.
Ah, yes.
Thank you for visiting. Go ahead to Iroha's room.
When I entered the room, Iroha was lying on the bed. Iroha, why aren't you coming to school? I was thinking we could compete to see who could get the perfect attendance award like in the old days. Iroha looked down without answering. Trying to lighten the heavy atmosphere, I said half jokingly, "Are you just being lazy?"
That's not it. My body won't move.
Iroha suddenly burst into tears and answered with a trembling voice. Huh? Sorry, I was joking, Iroha. Can you tell me what's going on? Iroha wiped her eyes and slowly began to speak.
Since middle school, I've always felt drained and can't put in strength. Since becoming a high school student, even getting up in the morning is hard.
That's terrible. Why?
I don't know. Everyone says I'm just lazy. Even you don't believe me, do you, Tatsu? I don't even know why I've become like this.
Iroha couldn't hold back her tears and started crying again. Iroha, I didn't know you were suffering so much. I believe you, Iroha. If there's anything I can do to help, just tell me.
Really? Thanks, Tatsu.
Though still crying, Iroha gave a slight smile. Wanting to do something for Iroha, I started going to the library almost daily and began searching for information about illnesses on the internet. Not this one. Not this either. Now feeling painfully aware of my helplessness, I couldn't give up. Feeling stuck, I decided to visit the internal medicine clinic I had gone to as a child. It was the hospital Iroha had also attended. When I entered the examination room, a familiar Dr. Tanaka greeted me.
Oh, Tatsuo-kun, it's been a long time. What's the matter?
He asked, speaking with familiarity despite his surprise. I explained Iroha's symptoms to the doctor in detail.
It might be chronic fatigue syndrome.
Chronic fatigue syndrome?
This illness causes extreme fatigue and is almost impossible to see from the outside. First, please talk to her parents and tell them to come to the hospital.
I understand. I'll tell them. The next day, I kept pressing the doorbell at Iraha's house. Iraha's mother looked surprised, but I spoke with a serious expression. Uncle, Auntie, I think Iraha's symptoms might be chronic fatigue syndrome. Iraha's parents hesitated for a moment but listened to me seriously. I desperately explained what Dr. Tanaka had told me.
I understand. If you're saying this much, Tatsuo, we'll take her to see a doctor.
It's chronic fatigue syndrome. This illness is difficult to perceive visually, but it definitely exists.
So it really was an illness.
I'm sorry, Iroha. I didn't notice at all. It's okay. I'm glad you understand now.
But then, Kana, the sister.
Dad, Mom, are you actually believing this?
Interjected with a mocking attitude.
Kana, Iraha is really trying hard. Can't you believe in her too?
Kana fell silent with dissatisfaction but didn't argue further. Now, time has passed, and I've become a university student. Days filled with new friends, classes, and club activities. But Iraha was always in the corner of my heart. After classes ended, I would return to my apartment and sit in front of my computer. It was time to send an email to Iraha.
It's from Tatsu.
There you go, playing with your smartphone again. What a shameless neat. Don't you know the saying, those who don't work shouldn't eat? You never attended high school even once and just dropped out. Oh, I guess you did go to the entrance ceremony. Truly a junior high graduate with no shame. It's your fault the atmosphere at home is terrible.
Kana, stop talking about Iroha like that.
Saying things like, poor thing, and how pitiful is exactly why this bottom feeder neat gets so full of herself.
The rift between Iraha and Kana was only getting deeper, but I wanted to be a pillar of support for Iraha. After finishing university classes, while studying with a friend in the library, a thought suddenly came to my mind. See, company, huh?
What is it? Did you think of something good?
No, it's nothing. I brushed it off with a smile, but inside, the idea was growing larger and larger. A month later, I was on a call with Iraha. Iraha, listen to me. I'm thinking of starting a company.
Huh? A company?
Iraha's reaction was a mix of surprise and doubt. Yeah, a company. I want to create a place where you can work. A place where you can work at your own pace without pushing yourself too hard.
For me?
Yeah. I answered confidently.
Tatsu, that's amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
Hearing Iraha's cheerful voice after so long, I was filled with determination. A few years after telling Iraha about the company, I visited her house. To secure corporate cooperation, I conducted many presentations. Been rejected numerous times, felt like giving up, approached various companies, and persisted in negotiations. As a result, the establishment of the company was finally becoming a reality. Iraha, I've come to headhunt you. Although Iraha had a dubious face, she seemed to have a sudden realization. The company's name is Hope Core Solutions. It's a company that develops and operates health management apps.
What a wonderful name. What kind of health app is it?
It's an app to manage the health of people like Iraha, with chronic fatigue syndrome or other chronic conditions. It has features where users can record their daily health condition and consult with specialists.
Wow, I'd like to try it too.
Well, it's an app I thought for Iraha. But what I want to talk about isn't that. I want Iraha to help as our PR representative, making web pages, running a blog, and eventually I'd like to help you with promotional activities on social media. Iraha is someone who has experienced this. You can surely convey information to many people.
Me as PR representative?
That's right. Your experiences up till now will be a strength for those suffering from illnesses.
Tatsu, thank you. I'll do my best.
Great! Let's work hard together! And so, Hope Core Solutions was born. However, since Iraha would be working from home, I was the only one at the company. Iraha was also facing her first day of work at home. We can communicate smoothly even without her coming to the office because we can use online calls. As for Iraha working at home,
My face gets wet and I lose strength. After 3 minutes, I can't go on anymore.
and her rest periods end up being longer. These were symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome, where extreme fatigue makes it impossible to move your body. It would certainly look like she's slacking off. Nevertheless, Iraha works at her own pace while also learning new technologies, balancing illness and work. This is precisely the work style that Hope Core Solutions advocates. Since we lived in the same neighborhood, we would meet face-to-face once a week for meetings. This was to check on the work environment and progress status that can be difficult to grasp online.
Hey, Tatsu, I'm writing articles like this. What do you think?
Oh, it looks good. Can you show me? I peered at the computer screen. However, what immediately caught my eye was an unexpected mistake. Wait a minute, Iraha. My name isn't Katsuo Miso, it's Tatsuo. What kind of name is that?
Sorry, Katsumitsu, I'll fix it right away.
No, not that one, the blog one. Through such exchanges, I found myself increasingly comfortable being by Iraha's side. She had been laughing a lot more, so I had forgotten. There was someone close by who had hostile feelings towards Iraha. One day, Iraha and I were having an online meeting on the computer. This part might be better with some more specific information added.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Tatsu.
As Iraha nodded, the door to the room was roughly opened.
Playing with your smartphone, playing with your computer, and now you're even starting to play with men? I can't believe it!
Kana said in a cold voice as she entered Iraha's room. Iraha's face darkened instantly.
Kana, this is work. I've explained it to you properly.
Work? That's just an excuse, isn't it? You're just playing around, cooped up in the house doing nothing. Oh, a home security guard? Then you should at least do some cleaning.
Kana scoffs at her. Kana, it's not playing. Iraha is working hard as an employee. Right now, we're in the middle of a meeting. I said to Kana.
Tatsu? You, Dad, and Mom are all being deceived by this woman. Being employed by Tatsu and living off of him forever is just a parasite. It's pitiful, isn't it? Because she's sick. Yeah, someone like you who doesn't even make an effort. Do as you please.
Kana said this and left the room. Iraha, are you okay?
Yeah, sorry you had to see something like that, Tatsu.
Let's prove her wrong with our work. We're aiming for a public listing.
A company? With just us two?
I want to grow the company that much. I'm counting on you tomorrow too, partner. However, a few days later, important data that Iraha had compiled suddenly disappeared.
Why?
At that moment, Kana entered the room with a cold smile.
Oh dear, could it be that important data has disappeared? How unfortunate.
Kana, could it be?
Do you have any proof? Blaming others for your own mistakes is the worst. Your humanity is completely rotten.
As Kana sneered, Iraha was momentarily at a loss, but quickly regained her composure.
Tatsu's office computer should have an automatic backup.
The backup is on this computer. I'll send it to you.
Thanks, Tatsu. The data is back.
That's good. Now we can make it in time for the app promotion. From now on, let's make sure to back up more frequently.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm sorry.
And the health management app we developed recorded a surprising hit and started to be featured in the media. Look, Iraha, our app is in the news!
It's true. I can't believe we're getting attention so quickly.
It's thanks to Iraha. Thanks!
No, it's thanks to Tatsu. I couldn't have done this without you.
Iraha smiled happily. While Iraha was experiencing success, Kana had started walking a different path.
A junior high dropout can do it, so can I.
Becoming spiteful and shutting down her critical thinking, Kana got involved with malicious information products promising 100 million yen in the first month, and by the time she realized it, her debt had exceeded several 100,000.
Tatsu-kun, it's been a while.
Oh, Kana, what's up?
I thought we could talk about old times.
As you can see, I'm in the middle of work.
How's it going lately with my sister?
Iraha's doing great. She's got a good reputation. She's a big help.
A junior dropout, huh? But you know, Tatsu-kun, don't you think I can do better?
I think it was the right choice to entrust it to Iraha. You probably say things so easily because you don't know how hard Iraha works, but you couldn't do it. In fact, Iraha was putting all her effort into PR, creating web pages, running blogs, and promotional activities on social media as the PR representative. She was utilizing various design software and implementing high-difficulty marketing strategies. As a result, our company's recognition was rapidly increasing.
No way! There's no way I could lose to that junior high dropout.
You're exposing your true nature way too soon. Kana, you jumped at information products you found on the internet, right? I heard you bought expensive seminars and materials and now you're in debt.
How do you know that?
I exchanged live messages with your dad and mom, so I know what's going on with the Morizono family.
You didn't even tell me your line!
Kana, with that attitude, no one will help you.
Shut up! I can't forgive you for making fun of me!
Kana, trembling with anger, stormed out of the room. I let out a deep sigh. Good grief. And a few days later, I was stunned as I received a phone call at the office. We received an anonymous email alleging sexual harassment from Mr. Kawashima. If this is true, we'll have to reconsider our future dealings. Wait, please! There's absolutely no truth to such claims. I've known Kawashima-san for a long time, and I want to believe you, but... I'll come to your office. Please hear what I have to say. I immediately reported this to Iraha.
Let's go explain together.
Afterwards, I picked up Iraha and headed to the business partner. My heart was racing. Would they believe us? It became a meeting with the business partner's representative, me and Iraha, and the three of us in a conference room.
The content of the email sent to our headquarters is completely false. Sexual harassment from Kawashima is absolutely impossible. I work from home, and there have been no such actions whatsoever.
We would never betray the trust we received from our supporters. I apologize for my rude attitude earlier. I'm relieved to hear those words. The representative showed understanding and promised to maintain our business relationship as before. The misunderstanding with the business partner had been cleared up. That's a relief, but my mind wasn't at peace. The only one who would do something like this is Kana. Without any thoughts of her own, she misunderstood that Iraha was earning money easily and fell for malicious scams. Now she can only resort to such petty harassment. She doesn't know how much effort Iraha has put in. I was angry that Kana was trying to discredit us with such an easy method.
Tatsu, look at Kana's account. It has posts about the company.
There, we found several critical posts about Hope Core Solutions. This is terrible. These contents are completely baseless.
We should probably ask Kana about this incident.
Yeah, let's confront her directly. We headed to Iroha's parents' house to confirm that the false accusation was Kana's doing. Upon entering the house, we encountered Kana crying at her parents.
Dad, Mom, help me. My debt is getting bigger and bigger, and I don't know what to do anymore. I was just deceived.
Father frowned and Mother sighed.
Kana, do you understand how much money we provided for you until now? Despite that, you keep doing the same things over and over. We can't do anything more for your sake.
Uncle, I have something to say too. The three people in the middle of the scene hadn't noticed that Iroha and I had arrived. The moment she saw us, Kana's face turned pale. Kana, you fed our business partner a bunch of lies, didn't you? The deletion of data on Iroha's computer was also your doing, right?
You've been saying plenty on social media, too.
Kana's face turned red with surprise and anger, and she shouted back.
You guys, I couldn't stand that someone like a junior high dropout was earning money. I'm drowning in debt, and yet...
Seeing us, Kana continued to vent.
I also did the sexual harassment accusation. Why are only you guys happy?
Hey, Tatsu, this incident and also having my data deleted again would be unbearable. With this child's behavior, I can't even work properly.
That's true, but we can't put a rope around her neck and monitor her.
I have a good idea about that.
After that, a family meeting was held to solve the problem.
Dad, about what we discussed earlier, what do you think?
I understand. Kana, we'll temporarily take on your debt. However, you have to work and pay it back yourself. You know my brothers, right? One says he wants young help at his farm, and the other is eager to straighten out your character to his live-in factory. Which will you choose?
What? Dad's brothers? Why are they such extreme characters?
Either way, staying as you are isn't going to work. You need some time to reflect on yourself.
That doesn't mean those two choices should be the ultimate question.
Kana pleaded for help, but there was no room for argument. In the end, it was decided that she would be forcibly taken to live-in factory run by Iroha's father's brother. With the problem resolved, Iroha and I heaved a sigh of relief. And then, I had words I needed to convey to Iroha. Iroha, I've loved your smile since we were in elementary school.
Tatsu,
I took a deep breath and gently held Iroha's hand. I want to continue supporting you forever.
but I have this illness, and I'm just a burden.
What are you saying? Iroha's work is recognized by many people, gives strength to those who are suffering, and accomplishes amazing things that ordinary people can't do. The illness doesn't matter. I want to know how Iroha feels.
I love Tatsu too.
We clasped each other's hands and laughed together. There may be many difficulties awaiting us in the future, but as long as the two of us combine our strength, we'll surely overcome them all.
Isn't that lovely? Like and subscribe for more videos. See you again!